Kessler.
Hello and welcome to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. We are live at the beautiful Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, getting you set for the crosstown showdown between USC and UCLA. I am Jordan Moore. That is the All-American Sean Cody. Our playmaker, Sua Cravens, and the QB, Cody Kessler, anchoring on the other side. Happy to be back under the peristyle one last time this season with you all. It's been a fun season. We thought we might have hopes to continue it on to the playoff, but it looks like the Trojans are going to come up just short of that, but there's still a ton to play for here today against UCLA. But, Sean, last week the big test was Oregon. Trojans just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, just not enough against the Ducks going up to Autzen in that stadium. Tough environment for the Trojans. When you looked at that game to start the season, I thought that would probably be one of the toughest challenges, along with going to Notre Dame. And Trojans just came up a little bit short, like you said, Jordan. Wasn't a big gap, but just little errors on special teams, some physicality issues probably up front, and they were a little bit apart. The separation was there, but the Trojans hung in there all night. Put a valiant effort, but not enough.
Yeah, it's funny, Sue. I was doing research for this show, and there are a lot of similarities between that Oregon and Notre Dame loss. The kind of outlier loss was that Illinois one. I think that's the one that if you wish you could have back, it would be that game. But the Oregon Notre Dame one is like, hey, we're getting closer, but in terms of beating those type of teams on the road, not quite there yet.
Yeah, not there yet, but I felt like the games would be different before we played them. I thought the way we felt against Notre Dame would be how it felt playing Oregon, and it'd be close in the fourth quarter against Notre Dame. And I feel like we could have won that Oregon game too, but yeah, just not there yet, and that's okay. I think we are crunched in the time and have to make progression immediately. I mean, playoff spot next year, but not a bad season if you finish with 10 wins.
Yeah, and we're about to talk, offense and defense in a second, but really the third phase in that game is what was the difference in special teams. We had, a missed field goal. We had a kickoff out of bounds, that crucial penalty by Desmond Stevens leaping over on the field goal that ended up being missed. And then we also had a punt return for a touchdown. Tanuk Hines made a rookie mistake by running into the return man as well. So, yeah, you really got to focus on all three phases. I know it's easy to get up here and talk offense, defense. I'm guilty of it, but when special teams is a difference maker in a game, you're just kicking yourself afterwards.
Yeah, we really just never talked special teams all season. Sayeri was fantastic this year. Sam Johnson, his name only really came up in that sort of fake punt situation. He'd been quietly having a solid year, and the rest of it, the Trojans really didn't have any big plays either way, but it reared its ugly head a little bit in Eugene. In terms of that offense, though, Cody, I think there's some people that still, aren't, I don't know what the word would be, electrified by Jaden Mayava, but, in context, USC threw for 330 in that game against Oregon. Oregon's previous most allowed passing yards in the game this season was 215. He's awfully good and maybe deserves a little bit more respect. He's still not perfect and maybe never will be, but pretty good performance on that stage, I thought. What did you see when you looked at the film?
Yeah, and then Oregon had the number one pass defense in the country. But if you remember on that pregame episode I talked about, I wasn't fully convinced because of who they played. Now, they're really good, don't get me wrong. But Jaden Mayava, I thought, played well. He had some big-time throws in this game. 2 interceptions that I know he would like to have back. He had a couple other throws where he was putting the ball in harm's way. But Lincoln Riley said it all season long, and I'm fully bought into this. Anytime that 14 is on the field, he's going to give you a chance to win the game. And you remember, USC could not run the football well in this game. So I think some of those interceptions were him pressing a little bit, but either way, he kept bouncing back to make big-time throws, and I was proud of his performance and the way he fought.
Number 1 in the nation in QBR. This guy's a player that, if he comes back next year, I think everyone should be very excited about that. I don't think Mekhi Lemon's coming back, Sua. We don't know that officially. Interesting game for him. He ends up with 3 touchdowns, but Oregon kind of limited to the short stuff all day.
Yeah, and that's what you do when you're a good team. You limit their best playmaker and make somebody else beat you, and USC almost did that. Tanuk Hines stepped up. Jacoby had a nice couple grabs, and like Cody said, Jaden was playing well up until the 2 interceptions. So limiting their best player is dedicating a double team to him, and that's why Oregon's best defender on the outside, Brandon Finney Jr., struggled, because to dedicate that extra defender, you have to leave one corner alone, and we took advantage of that.
Yeah, and Sean, USC just has rolled receivers for I don't know, most of the century, basically. And it makes you feel good about the future that even in a day where Mackay got sort of taken out a little bit, Jacoby was fantastic. He has eligibility. If he wants to come back to Nook Hines, you really would expect to be back, and he had his best game as a Trojan.
Yeah, both those guys. Nook Hines, as a young man going into that environment, showing out like that, that's nothing but a bright future ahead of him. And then Jacoby Lane with a tremendous game, I thought, as well. You know, they really forced the issue with Lemon. 14 touches on the game, but only 37 yards in those 14 touches. So that's a win for Oregon. You give away a guy like that many touches and limited to that. That was a win for Oregon, but the other two guys got off. So still a good look. Just for me, it was the run game. The run game never really got going in that game, and that's what really that's where that balance had helped the offense all year long, and just couldn't get that run game going.
Well, Sean is rocking his Hawaiian shirt today. I assume that's because we won the Maui Invitational, Sean. Is that why?
No, it's because Pete Arbogast told me to.
Fair enough. Pete Arbogast, that's his uniform.
When did that happen, by the way? When did we get the phone call that we were all supposed to win?
Text, I guess you're not on. I wonder why. Well, USC won the Maui Invitational, and men's basketball is back home this week. They're going to take on Washington, a blackout game on Saturday at Galen. But there's premium games and tickets available for the rest of the season. Oregon, UCLA, USCTrojans.com/MBB tickets to scoop yours up now. The defense certainly in the microscope after that Oregon performance. Let's get into it next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You put on the biggest event of the year every single weekend, surviving the strongest storms, meeting chaos with composure. You roll up your sleeves to roll out the red carpet, because the end of the night for you is the beginning of the rest of their lives. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Fans, a Ralph's to get high quality and low prices so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And don't let someone else drive off in the Audi model you've always wanted. Visit your Southern California Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit SoCalAudiDealers.com for more information. I'm not sure that's my best side, but there we are on the Trojan Tailgate Show. Oh, that's much better. On the Trojan
hot
Tailgate
cross
Show.
buns.
Presented by YETI. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sewell Cravens, and Cody Kessler facing forward here. Defense, guys. Defense has been the story of where this program can get to, really. Honestly, it's the measuring stick. We know a Lincoln Riley team is going to score points. It almost doesn't seem to matter as the personnel changes year after year. But where this defense can get to, I think, is where this program can get to. And I think you saw against Oregon again, kind of like getting closer, but not quite there yet. And tackling seemed to be the biggest issue.
Yeah, there were some moments I thought in the game where they had some big moments. The 4th down stop, Urlacher's big pick, but overall, you give up 35 points. It's never going to be good enough as a defense. You're down Kamari Ramsey, you're down Bishop Fitzgerald on the back end. That's got to be a big blow. Those guys stepped up and filled in nicely, but still some major leaders on your team. And like I said, 35 points. That's a lot of points to give up to a Ducks team, especially throwing a special team score there. So not a great look from the defense, especially when you expected this year to kind of take a step forward. Kind of been waiting for that next step for this defense.
Yeah, and when I say measuring stick, USC is 0-3 this season when allowing 400 yards or more, and 8-0 when holding them under 400. So, sometimes stats are as clear as day there that this team is going to go as its defense does.
Yeah, you just got to tackle better. It's a want-to. We say it every single year, but you got to tackle better. And a team like that, they're going to run the football. They had a ton of injuries, too. I know it was already a tough assignment for our defense with who was missing in the secondary, but they were missing a ton of guys at receiver, and they still were productive on the ground. And just too many second-chance opportunities, yards after catch, and just running after the first contact, 10 or plus. It was happening all game.
Kenny Urlacher stepped up, Cody. That's certainly a silver lining for this team. He's a young player that they brought in this year. We hadn't seen much of him till the last couple games, but seems like somebody that could be a part of the future here.
Yeah, I'm excited for Urlacher's future. I really am. I'll tell you one thing. It's tough to get thrown into that position. Hasn't got a ton of reps this year, and then have to go make a start in that environment for your first time this season. Thought he played well. 9 tackles, which was second on the team. Desmond Stevens obviously had 17, but he's flying around. He's around the football. He's in the right position multiple times. Had a big interception right here. Fell right back underneath the end cut. That's a big-time play. USC goes down and scores off of that. And like you mentioned, Jordan, he's still a young player. He's only a sophomore. These reps are going to only make him better, and I'm excited about his future.
So could you tell with that safety combination that things were different, that they were feeling things out? How did it change the defense, not only being down one safety, but being down the pair?
You're always going to notice a difference when your two best defenders are out on your defense in the secondary, but I liked how Urlacher played. He was real physical. He didn't look scared. He looked like a real dime backer that could stay in the box and be a traditional, pro personnel safety. I liked how he played. And, yeah, you're going to struggle a little bit in coverage, and there was a few broken assignments and bad eyes. That comes with repetition and experience. And, unfortunately, he's been behind Kamari and Bishop, 2 guys who are going to get drafted. So the more he plays, he'll get better, and he might be a guy.
Yeah, I think it was tough in the fact that their best player, probably Sadiq in that day, was that matchup, and that
it's also the best tight end in the country.
You could see where that matchup really was not favorable for the Trojans, as he was able to kind of a mismatch all day as he was catching those touchdowns.
I gotta get in Sadiq's workout playing.
Hey, you know what? Too, you're not supposed to be able to hurdle people at 6'3", 250 pounds like that. That's not
that's genetics,
tight end.
though.
That's not fair.
That guy was barely wearing a uniform. So what? Explain that to me, man. His uniform's like painted on.
Skims. It was a Skims. No, but he had them Josh Shaw biceps.
Man.
Hey, Josh Shaw.
You got them Josh Shaw, but don't.
No, that was funny. Okay. I flashed back to that.
No, I thought you were going to say something
Second half defense, Sean, was better again than the first half defense. This group's got to start faster. I mean, today's maybe their last opportunity, at least in the regular season, to do so. But again, you could see we put it on the board. They did start to get stops in the second half. It's just you put yourself in a hole at Oregon. It's not a good place to be.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice story when you think, hey, we're a second half defense, but overall you are the film you put out there, and the whole game is really what you're going to try to get to. So a little bit better in the second half. You're waking up, but you just need to start faster. You have to have a better idea of what you want to attack their weaknesses with, and it just seems like at times the Trojans in the first half of these ball games are kind of unaware how the other teams are trying to attack them, and then they got to figure it out. And they do, as the game works on, they figure that out, but just got to figure it out much faster.
Couple wins this week for women's basketball. They are rolling right along this season. Another top 25 team, and boy, do they have an incredible schedule. You can get to Galen and see them play UConn, the number 1 team in the country. See them play UCLA, which is a top 5 team, and of course, our rival. USCTrojans.com/WBB tickets is your way into Galen. Tickets available now. The offensive game plan is next. Is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Sir, it seems that the Gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
Scoop on this game and all things Trojans. Be sure to sign up for the 3 Torches presented by Smart and Final. It's a free newsletter. It'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3 Torches and sign up. And introducing Celaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with a homegrown spirit, Celaya Tequila. Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Don't go, oh my God. They went wide. I said, don't go wide. Don't go wide. We're missing somebody. Sean is now you're late arriving. Yep. Come on back,
Sean. You're going to miss my offensive
buddy.
game plan, Sean. You don't want to.
Sean's like, oh, Cody's got this segment. There he is. There he is. Welcome back to the saddle, big fella. All right, now here's Cody Kessler in your offensive game plan.
The USC Trojans offensive game plan is brought to you by I Trust Capital.
I Trust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
So far this season, we've talked a lot about Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon at that wide receiver position, but I'm really excited about the future of USC's wide receiver room, and that future has a name, and that is Tanuk Hines. I want to take a look at a couple plays against Oregon and tell you why I am so excited about his future and things that he does well on film. This first play here that you're going to see whenever we get it up on the screen, he's at the top of the screen, right? He's going to run a go route, mandatory outside release until you can't. If that DB plays outside leverage, you can slip back inside of him, get over the top, stack him again, which is so important right here. If you're going to go inside, you've got to be able to stack him so that the receiver or so that the quarterback has a place to throw the football. Great job here by Jaden Maiava recognizing that. A little bit behind him. I'd like it to be a little bit more in front. That's a difficult catch, but a big-time play by the freshman early in the first quarter in this game. That's big-time stuff to see, and that's things that he can build off of going forward. Another go ball here towards the end of the second half. This time he does get outside. Can't quite beat the DB over the top, so what are you going to do as a quarterback if they don't win early? I'm going to throw a back shoulder ball, but as a receiver, you've got to be able to react and adjust to that. That's what you have to do at the next level. That's what Lemon and Lane do so well. And to see Hines do that as a freshman in this game, in this moment, is big time for him. Very excited again about his future and the things that he brings to this offense. And then the last play here, I got to give credit to 2 guys on this one. I know we're talking about Tanuk Hines, but Mekhi Lemon makes a great throw. You're going to see him come in motion. He's going to bow back a little bit so that we make sure we get a backwards pass so that we can throw the double pass. We didn't hit it against Notre Dame, but this time we hit it against Oregon. Look at that ball placement by Mekhi Lemon. That is a heck of a throw, but also look at Tanuk Hines climbing the ladder, going up and making a big-time play. And you want to know when you've made a big-time play is when you have Jacoby Lane, who has one-handed catches for breakfast, puts both of his hands on his helmet, is impressed. That's when you know you've made a big-time play, guys. You know, Jacoby Lane, Mekhi Lemon have been really big for this offense. They've been great players this year. I don't know what the future looks like for both of them, but I do know that Tanuk Hines is going to be a big part of that future, and I'm excited for his development.
Yeah, the rich just keep getting richer at wide receiver here at USC, and we'll just keep pumping big-time players into the league as well. I'm sure in the next couple of years. But as you said, Sean, the running game wasn't there, and that's the one thing that was missing. And like I said, comparing it to the Notre Dame game, pretty similar. Oregon, the Trojans ran for a season-low 52 yards on 1.9 yards per carry. They were at 2.3 yards per carry against Notre Dame. Every other game this season, they've run the ball effectively.
Yeah, 2 top 10 defenses with Notre Dame and Oregon. So it was just tough sledding, right? You have a bunch of guys who are kind of patchwork together at this part of the season. You lose Elijah Page again. in that one. And, Killian O'Connor goes down in that one. So you're just kind of mixing and matching guys, a bunch of young guys, some walk-on guys here. So credit to Coach Hansen for what he's been able to do with these guys. But it's just been a struggle all year to get a match of 5 out there. And then against a team like Oregon, it's going to eventually take its toll when they got a group like that playing the defense they kind of are. It could be a long night.
And I don't want to hear anything from the Lincoln Riley gives up on the run crowd, Stuart, because I thought in both Notre Dame and Oregon games, play calling wise, he stayed with it. He tried to stay in balance. The numbers are what the numbers are. The pass game produced and the run game did not, but the plays are there.
Yeah, and we've 100% run the ball way more than we've ever have in the past. And sometimes it's just how the game goes. When you can't win the line of scrimmage the way you need to early in the game and you get down a score or two and the clock's working against you, you naturally are going to start passing. But people shouldn't be complaining about how we don't run the ball enough. That hasn't been the case this year.
And to have the injuries at the running back position and the injuries at the offensive line
and still be productive
and still Lincoln Riley coming up with game plans week in and week out to have production with not much longer, but a walk-on freshman at running back is very impressive. Rotating centers, moving Tobias from guard to tackle, guys switching sides, putting Kalon Miller at right guard, left guard. Just that is tough for teams to do, and there's not a lot of teams in the country that could still be productive on the ground. So that's a huge testament to this football team.
Yeah, it's 8 starting offensive line combinations in 11 games. And you know what? The other part of the offensive line is that they protected. So you could say, okay, well they were battered and bruised, and that's why we didn't run the ball. But Mayava, for the most part, stayed on his feet, and like we said, was able to throw for over 300 yards. So still did pretty yeoman's work against some big time players on the other side of the football.
Yeah, some growth has been had. Like I said, you got to tip your cap to Coach Hansen. What he's that kind of group and what they've got on. They squeezed every drop of that group.
Can the football gods just give us one season of a 100% healthy team, start to finish?
No one's going to.
I just want one. I just want to see one.
But to your point, Lincoln Riley has brought that up many times, that this has kind of been like the least health luck that he's had as a head coach, and I'm not sure we talked about it enough, in part because they've done a great job covering it up, so it hasn't necessarily been the talking point.
Hamstring by Caleb. I mean, we got this season, a whole O-line. We've been shuffling O-line for a few.
Those are tough memories. I'll say this, though. One thing, and I sound like a broken record, but I just wish Jaden would have used his legs a little bit more in this game. I thought there were missed opportunities where he could have pulled the ball when the end crashed down or taken off and ran when the play wasn't there in the pass game instead of forcing some of these throws. When he runs the football with his legs, it is absolutely a difference maker on offense.
Yeah, he was the best rusher in the game for USC. We'll see maybe if he dips into that today, or as you said, things to get better in the offseason certainly can improve as a player, and maybe there's some opportunities to take a look at there. As I mentioned, we're blocking out the Huskies. UW's coming to town. It's the big premiere for men's and women's basketball, and it's double dip next week. Saturday at 3 o'clock is the men's game. Sunday at 5 o'clock is the women's game. USCTrojans.com/tickets. Defensive game plan is next at the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at iTrustCapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Hey, Trojan fans, at Ralph's you get high quality and low prices, so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And Trojan fans, you can listen to USC football and all the biggest college football and basketball games on the TuneIn app. It's free internet radio. There we are at the most beautiful place on earth, the peristyle end of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum with Cody Kessler, Sua Cravens, Sean Cody. I'm Jordan Moore, and it's time now for our defensive game plan.
The USC Trojans defensive game plan is brought to you by LifeLaw.
Injury law made simple.
Yes, the last defensive game plan of the year. And you know I didn't like what I saw last week, so I'm not about to do anything. I'm not going to say anything. It's senior day, right?
Yes.
Senior day, we're going to do the tunnel walk and all that.
That's it.
Positive thoughts, baby. It's good energy. It's a new day.
You never did the senior walk.
Thanks. Yeah.
Well, what do you think? That was an option. You had an option, and you chose not to come back. Could have come back. Could have used you, to be honest. Could have used you.
Almighty dollar.
Was that your defensive game plan?
No, it wasn't. But then I was abruptly interrupted.
There's a tweet on screen. Oh, that was your final game.
Look, Keely broke the news before I even knew.
I'm not even in the picture.
Well,
that's how small you were. You're
Come on, Keely, I'm not even in the picture.
Yeah.
Well, back to the defensive game. Thanks, Keely. I just think that today it's all about representing the city. This is little bro. And when I say little bro, I mean little
baby.
Down here, baby, adolescence, childhood. Little bro. And sometimes you got to put BTA to them and just let them know their place. And they don't even got a crib right now. They don't have a home. I think there was more fans at the Division I CIF Championship last night, Santa Margarita versus Sin 10, than there was this entire season for the Bruins.
Shout out Carson Palmer.
Shout out C. Palmer, another great Trojan. You know how the Trojans do. Year one, by the way.
Also, Lenny Vandermeer, guys, is the OC over there.
Their DC
I saw
is
Lenny
nice.
at a game the other day. Lenny was here the other day.
Yeah, we got a good group out of there. Former Trojans. Check out the game last night.
Sean, you want to talk some defense? I have absolutely no idea what Sua's plan is here. Did you have a?
Wow.
Well, it says on the thing here, we should talk that the defensive line had a quiet game. So let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah, going into this one, guys, we had we know the defensive line had to have a big game. You know, we were counting those guys. When you think about big plays in a football game, it's usually you think about sack caused fumbles. You think about getting to the quarterback, and Dante Moore wasn't really under too much pressure the whole night. And the defensive line really didn't get a job. But also, I think Oregon did a good job of attacking the outside of the defense, the perimeter, a lot of tosses, a lot of quick screens outside, and really exposed the Trojans. That's why you saw some tough tackling moments. When you get guys in space, at times that's when you can create those missed tackles. So Oregon had a good game plan, and Trojans just didn't create enough chaos up front on that line.
I would love to see those. We got to get back to getting pressure on the quarterback. Early in the season, we talked all about, and I know the opponents got tougher.
Yeah.
We were talking about leading the country in sacks and tackles for loss and how great this D-line was. There's still good players up there, but since really the second half of the season, the pass rush has been too quiet for me, and that's where you want to be dominant in the Big Ten. If you want to be dominant as a defense nationally, you've got to get pressure in the backfield, both in the run and pass game.
Yeah, back-to-back games with no sacks.
Yeah,
it's got to be from the four-man rush. It can't always be Coach Lynn dialing up blitzes, because then you expose the back end. And we've seen at times this year where they've been exposed on the back end and they've hit some chunk plays. So you got to have a good four-man rush. And late in the year here, just haven't been create enough plays up front. You think about Anthony Lucas on the outside having that sack, and just haven't had enough of those kind of big plays, cause fumbles that really help your defense.
So, you look like you had something to say. It looked like you had something to say.
To agree with Sean, when you're getting hit from the back end, it's not good.
Okay. Well, to add to that, too, all three losses this year, Sean, only 2 combined sacks in all of those. That's a big difference maker in those games.
The balanced offenses were tough. I feel like this defense was really good this season when it was able to sort of dial in on, hey, we're here to stop the run or we're here to stop the pass. When you faced Notre Dame, you faced Oregon, you faced Illinois, these teams could beat you multiple ways. Those were the 3 games that they struggled a little bit with. Sua, can you set the record straight a little bit on Desmond Stevens and where he's at? He becomes a little bit the GOAT last week because he commits that penalty. He did have 17 tackles tackles. He showed up. I mean, this is an Oregon game, and your linebacker shows up with 17 tackles. It's not nothing. He's a very young player still and developing. This is his first season as a starter. He's a guy that's had to get bigger to play the position. I think there's a player in here, and sometimes I feel like he's gotten the hard end of the stick this season.
I think that's true. He reminds me of a young Hayes Pillard. Like he's a guy that's going to tackle, and he's a guy that's going to fight through blocks even when he's getting doubles. He's not the biggest guy, but he's got a heart. And a lot of his tackles maybe came down the field at 5 to 6 yards, and there were some plays he was out of his gap. But I think out of all the three inside backers, he played the best and was the most physical. And at the end of the day, it's hard to continuously get downhill when you're undersized. He's a bit of a smaller Mike.
You think he's undersized?
I think for what you're asking him to do, coming downhill, it's hard to get off when that guard climbs off that double team. It's hard to use your hands, separate, and stop somebody's momentum. And if you're a smaller guy, speaking for myself, I was 230, a small linebacker. I was getting injured doing that.
Would you say next level? Or I guess the next couple of years here, you'd like to see him put on some size.
Yeah, I think if he wants to be a real NFL linebacker, which he can be, a real Mike, just put on 10 more pounds. Not just weight, just because. 10 more purposeful pounds. Work on using your hands, your shock and separation. You'll be good.
It's always easy to look at the linebackers too. You need guys in front of you moving people around and keeping you clean at the linebacker position. If you want a really dominant linebacker group, you need to keep them clean. And sometimes up front, those double teams are getting knocked back, and then it makes it a messier picture for those linebackers. So it's a tough look.
I also think the older you get, the more the instincts kick in, and it's such an instinctual position. The play that he made was an instinctive one, where he shot the gap and went upfield and got that tackle for loss, which led to a stop on one of the stops that USC was able to get in that game. And Sua, that's what you were good at. That's what some of the guys that were good at. As they get older, you start reading the game. You just sort of see things before they happen.
Yeah, and when you're playing a good team like Oregon and a good coach, they start game planning that, because when they know that you like to play fast, I learned from myself. Oh, you want to shoot this gap? Okay, we're coming trap the next play, and you're going to get your head clean. So and that comes from experience. So he has to play a bit more. He definitely will be a guy, especially if he decides to stay.
All right, it's that time of year where you can get some deals. Black Friday was yesterday. Cyber Monday's coming up. You can get tickets for as low as $8 for basketball season. USCTrojans.com/Black Friday. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Impact matchup. We've got the Bruins. Let's get into this one next on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
Personal injury suits can be scary and full of questions. How can I pay for it? If I've been in an accident, who fixes my car? Who pays my medical bills? And will it all be worth it in the end? LifeLaw simplifies the process, answering your questions and more by providing 24/7 support that's clear and precise, while offering the latest in technology to let you know where your case stands at all times. Good news. LifeLaw. Injury law.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that actually tastes good?
I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me, do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
I'll 7.
Found it.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Sir, it seems that the Gladiators get a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
USC Trojans, Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up to donate blood to help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition USC Trojan tee and save lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott, ABBOTT, to get in the game. And USC Game Day experiences are now on Airbnb. Book at airbnb.com/USC Game Day. We got to hang with the crew at Airbnb. They came up to be on the stage with us. There we are, Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, Cody Kessler.
Was that the plane?
Pointing at something.
Was that the plane, that angle? Or is that just the
plane
top?
of it's not like which plane?
I thought
Sua was really distracted. Was really
I mean, this is coming from a guy that wasn't even on set when we started the last segment.
What angle is this from?
Oh, you think the camera? You were asking where the camera's coming
y'all
from.
talking to me like I'm crazy.
Oh, I think it's the press box. It's got to be the press box.
Man.
I don't know if we have a plane cam, but maybe next year we can raise the budget. Hey, let's do
video game.
Let's do this week's Impact matchup.
The USC Impact Matchup of the Week is brought to you by Invesco QQQ.
Invesco QQQ. Explore with Invesco QQQ. Fight on.
Fight on.
Now, the Impact Matchup of the Week.
All right, Trojans are heavy favorites in this one, but these kind of games are the ones where you do not want to underestimate your opponent. So trying to figure out, UCLA, what they're doing in that locker room and how they plan on beating the Trojans, and just looking at the way that they have won the 3 games that they have won, they need to be a run-first offense, it seems like.
Yeah, and a big guy for them is Nico Iamaleava.
Oh, that was good.
That was pretty good.
Now, if you said it, now the rest of us can just call him Nico for the rest of the show. Right?
Yeah, one and done there with Nico. So, he's really their offense, and you think about the run game for them, it's really pretty much him getting it done as the running back, and he's done a good job. To me, you look at the Bruins season in kind of different segments, right? You have those 3 games of the first that you can't really count because they were, didn't really figure out who they were, let go of their coach. So the first 3 games were washed. Then they started playing some football, figured out what they were doing, and then they just came up against some juggernauts. You got to place Indiana and Ohio State. They weren't going to win those games regardless of who was at the head coach. So they've had some different segments of the season. They played good at times, but when you're 3-8, it's never good enough. And like I said, Nico's been getting it done in the run game. But other than that, not a lot of pretty football from the group.
Yeah, Cody, Nico's a famous quarterback, a highly paid quarterback, so they got him for a reason. Not an untalented guy. He's a very big, physical specimen. He's somebody that should not be trifled with today.
Yeah, he's a good player, 6'6", 215 pounds. He's got 12 passing touchdowns so far this year, 7 interceptions. So he hasn't been quite great throwing the football, but this is where he can hurt you running the ball. And Jerry Neuheisel, coming in as their offensive coordinator, has done a great job with their run game and the schemes that they create for him. He can hurt you in multiple different ways. They like to use some of those zone read plays where he's reading that defensive end, give him a pass option as well on the outside. This is where I think he's best, though, when the play breaks down and he can take off and run. USC is going to have to spy with a linebacker or a safety in this game, but they also have some quarterback design runs as well, to where they'll let the running back lead block for him, get 10 guys blocking and let him go make a play down the field, and he is not going to slide. He's not the biggest guy in the world when it comes to size or strength, but he will lower his shoulder and try to run you over, so you got to be great to tackle.
Sue, I feel like you spend a lot of time with Bruins, maybe more than the rest of us. You're over at ESPN. How do they think they're going to win this game?
They don't.
The hope is not springing eternal and for the baby.
No, I have a bet going with the guys there. Greg just he wouldn't take the bet unless I spotted him 17.5 because I wasn't going to give him what Vegas said. So he said they need at least 17 points to bet me. So that's not the confidence.
You don't bet with friends. You got to straight. It's got
to be straight up. If you're confident in your team, bet straight up. That's exactly what I said.
This day and age,
I hope he's listening.
Everyone loves that spread. Yeah, the USC rush defense, Sean. I mean, that's what it comes down to if that's UCLA's plan. And again, that the Trojans, the onus will be on that group to not give up the big plays today.
Yeah, they got to be really focused in on that run game today. Obviously, Nico can do some damage in the air. Is he playing or not? Do we know where he's at?
Last I saw this morning was he was good to go.
Okay,
so
he had an injury in the Washington game where they got blown out and they didn't look good. So if he's playing today, it's a much different game than with their backup Luke Duncan, who will be playing. So it's a much different game if he's going. But if he's going, the Trojans got to be locked and loaded for the run game. He'll pick up and carry, they'll run the ball, and they just need to that's the kind of game plan you need to come out with.
You know who might know whether he's playing or not?
Oh.
That would be the fifth member of our group here, Keely Yore. who is on the sidelines for us. And why don't we throw it to Keely for the first time today? How are you doing, Keely?
Good, doing well. And I do have an answer for Sean, at least until we see more warm-ups. But Nico is listed as questionable for today. And there has been some rumblings online that he might actually play. So I will keep an eye out and give you guys the full report in my next segment. But if you don't know, my immune system failed me this week, as, you know, per usual, once every season.
We almost made it to the end of the season.
We were so close, Jordan. But I did put my head together with producer Gia, and she asked a question for you guys this week, so I'm going to read it. She said, what has been your favorite play of the season from the Trojans this year, and what's your favorite tailgate show memory from this season? We're getting sentimental, guys.
God, look at the look-back show.
Also, I have a third question.
Sua,
are we
already it has this attitude that you can see from the question.
Nothing at all.
I can just tell their body language immediately was like,
it's fine. It's fine.
Feel some kind of way.
Wait, I have a question. I'm now interrupting all of you.
There's
my
so many
third question is, are we not covering a bowl game? You guys keep talking about this is the last Trojan Tailgate Show. We have
this
a
is
bowl
the last one on the set together.
Okay.
We obviously
Sorry,
have
I think
our
semantics are
tailgate show.
important.
You're right.
I can't help but feel like you wouldn't have got sick had you had a different jacket. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's my moment of the year. That's my moment of the year. My pick for the moment of the year is the Keely rain game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keely rain game as we sat cozy in our booth.
I got play of the game. I think, and it's unconventional, but the Jaden Mayava tackle, the cause fumble going into the end zone. I thought that was great. Just with the effort, and obviously you don't want the interception, but for him to not give up on the play and still give the Trojans a chance, I thought was really cool.
Sua?
My favorite memory isn't this year. It's back when I first joined the show when you guys were nice to me and Cody wasn't here. That's my favorite memory.
I was not here.
That's my favorite memory.
Did you have a play of the season?
I guess the thick six. The thick six to do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great play right there.
Hey, you know what? I didn't like that, so I'm going to tie it back in a little bit. My favorite moment with all of us was being shoulder to shoulder up in the press box, putting our arms around each other and then singing songs. And
you're going to high road me, huh?
I love it. You know what? Because I love these guys and I love working here, and I have a great time, regardless of what happens.
Does anyone want to say something to producer Gia, who brought in the question? Do we have anything for producer Gia on our final show of the season?
Gia's been awesome, man. I got to give her credit too. She had the script by Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, she was in there working, had the script for us, so we were
holidays for
planning ahead.
Gia.
So
Gia's amazing.
Gia. We just got to get her on camera. That's the biggest thing.
She got me an extra parking pass today too. Thank you, producer.
Shout out Gia.
All right, we got all our Thanksgiving shout-outs done there, and now we'll move on. Hey, we've got a guest coming up next. The most impressive man in the building, Willie McGinnis, is here. Let's get him on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
As the head honcho at Buzzballs Land, it's my life's mission to make sure that Buzzballs premixed cocktails are as bold and delicious as you've come to expect. One way that we do that is by playing music for the plants, like so. Man, them thing juicy, and you know they round. Take one sip, baby, I'm in Flavor Town. What you want, baby? I'm the Buzzball man. Making them bands with the ball-shaped can. Come on. Buzzball, Buzzball, Buzzball.
Lisa from operations told Hector from sales, who told Chad from IT, who told me this is the fastest and easiest airport around. Spoiler alert, they were right.
ONT's real fast travel for real life.
I didn't even have to wake up early to polish up my slide presentation. Could you hold this for a second?
Because when it comes to your airport, faster is always better.
Do you want some?
back live to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, Cody Kessler, and this week's tunnel captain, Willie McGinnis. Willie Mack
What's up?
In the house. A true Trojan legend, number 55, joins us. A fixture on the USC sidelines always, but gets to lead the group out today to hopefully beat the Bruins. Willie, take us into this rivalry, your history in it. What's it mean to you as a local guy every time USC suits up against UCLA?
Absolutely. Growing up in Long Beach, California, knowing this rivalry, we had a lot of friends that went to UCLA, and a lot of my guys went to USC, and just watching it over years, on TV, and then being recruited by USC, one of the most historical institutions in the country, to be able to stay home, get a great education, and play great football. Hey, playing in this rivalry is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you growing up, you got to understand it. You're friends until this week right here with anybody that goes to UCLA. So special moment, special game, and a special place to play in and still be a part of it, man. The Trojan family, you never leave, as you guys know, the Trojan family.
Willie, I'm sad you didn't get the message on I thought we were going to go with the Hawaiian shirts today.
And I forgot my glasses as well. Apparently, I didn't get the memo.
You went with the nice, tight-fitting shirt, though. I mean, I must say, Willie.
Still got it.
He's still holding on to that. Man, those guns are still looking righteous as we check it over there. But, Willie, we know you're always checking on the team. It's
right.
been a good year for the Trojans. It could have been maybe a better year if they got some big-time wins.
Yep.
What's your overall impression of the Trojans this year and as they made some steps forward in this program?
Absolutely, and I think we did a better job this year, not only at competing and playing at a high level, but getting players to come in and the recruiting and a lot of changes that they made on the coaching staff and the way Lincoln, pretty much assembled everything.
Yeah.
Shows it's headed in the right direction. This Coliseum wasn't built overnight. And you got to understand that it takes pieces, it takes players, it takes the right mix, the right coaching staff, understanding what the blueprint is, creating that culture, and, putting yourself in position. Now, as these players learn and they develop and they understand, the magnitude of not only playing here but playing at a certain level and being consistent, this program is just going to keep moving forward.
I'm a California kid. I know exactly how you feel about this
Yeah.
rivalry. California, well, he grew up a Notre Dame fan, fun fact.
Man.
One
rivalry after the next.
That is a lie.
So
really, that's not true.
we talk about this rivalry in the NIL era. A lot of these guys aren't even from Cali. Like, do you think they view it the same way we view it? Because we look at the highlights. There's fights when y'all used to meet in the tunnel. They're separated. You can't even step on the field before the game.
I was watching some ball before I got here, and I was looking at all the rivalries and all the championships in inner city, battles that they have. And, I think across the country, it's special. I just think being a Trojan, it's a little more special because you grow up in it. Yeah. You don't, all of us are local guys, so we grow up in the rivalry, in the battle. We don't go to, another city across the country. So to grow up in it, to experience it, to watch it, and then to be able to play in it like we all have is something super, super special. So I think it means a little bit more, and it doesn't end after the game. You carry this your whole career, as you guys know.
Yeah, in the locker room.
In the locker room past college. You still talk about these type of games and who you played against. I still remember lining up against Ogden.
Yeah.
I still remember lining up and playing against certain guys. So it's a special game, and I will say it's different, man. This game, there's a lot of rivalries, but ours is a little bit different.
Well, you talked about building the Coliseum, and you're a big part of that, one of the Trojan greats.
Thank you.
What type of emotions do you get when you step foot back inside this place?
This is great, man. It's a family, like I said.
Yeah.
And all the memories you had. This is where we kind of turned into men and understood taking that next step, out of college and taking our next step, in the manhood and the football on a whole nother level, and all the relationships that you build while you're here, and understanding truly what, being a Trojan means. It's family, family and football and relationships and all the things that go along with it. So when you come back and the team's doing well and there's people in the stands and it's cheering and you see everybody in that cardinal and gold, you get those goosebumps. We competitors, man. We want to suit up. You can't stand still. We start rocking, and the energy building up into the game. You see all the fans out here, and it's just a beautiful day. What is it? 80 degrees today.
I get more anxiety watching.
It was snowing in the Midwest.
It was a little warmer here than in Michigan this
really
morning.
Well said.
Willie McGinnis, of course, number 55. And, I think that's one of the great traditions here. But I'm curious how we keep it going. Right? It's not a tradition if it's sitting on ice, and so now you're you're kind of the OG of the 55 with the late great Junior Seau having passed. How do we do it? What should we create like a committee? I mean, I know that we don't want to just give it to anybody, but at the same time, I would love to see it back out there at some point.
Well, it's a delicate situation
for sure
because the great Junior Seau created that number and what it means and what he did to put that number on the map to make it a household number for the best probably defensive player in the country that comes to USC, what that means. And I value that and I respect that and I understand that. So, in my opinion, it has to be the baddest what in the country that no doubtably is going not only to dominate on this level, but is that going to be a top pick? Junior was a top 5 pick. Yeah. I was a top 5 pick. Chris Claiborne was a top 10 pick. Like, there's a lot of factors that goes into just wearing the number. It's not, it's legacy that happens at USC and beyond because I wore that number in the NFL as well. So did Chris Claiborne. So did Junior Seau. And we all rep that number, so it never, it never goes away. And I would just say, like, it's a committee. You asked that question. Yeah. The coaches, the GMs, everybody, the powers that be, the guys that wore that, Rivers, Claiborne, and myself, those are the 3 voices. That's where it stops. Everybody has those those conversations, and a kid, like I said, coming out of high school, he has to be the next. He got to be that next guy who you just know is going to go above and beyond.
Do you think they can get it coming in from high school, or do you think they have to play a year and then earn it while they're on the field?
All the guys had that number coming in from high school.
Okay, cool.
So if you're going to follow that tradition all the way up, you got to follow it that way.
Love it.
Let's get that up here, Jessica. Get that up here. We're talking about it.
Jessica's coming on stage.
About it. I mean, they got to see it. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but
What you got, Willie? What you got?
I mean, this thing right here. There's no name on the back.
No.
This is tradition. This is what it's all about. And like I said, the great Junior Seau gave birth to this number. It's my big bro. We love him to death. He'll be a Trojan forever. He's looking down on all us Trojans, man. But to put this on, it's deeper, than just giving it to the top player in the country at football or whatever. It goes a little bit deeper now, because our brother, is not here anymore. So.
Nothing I could say to top that. Willie McGinnis is going to be wearing that out of the tunnel tonight to lead the Trojans against the Bruins. It's going to be a beautiful sight. Stay with us on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
views, magical sunsets, a luxury resort like no other. Discover Terranea, located along the stunning Palos Verdes Peninsula in Southern California. Book your getaway to Terranea now at Terranea.com. That guy's wearing 55, and I think it has a name on the back.
Did he get okay from Willie to weigh that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm guessing that says Sayao on the back. Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Let's get to this week's scouting report.
It's time for the Scouting Report, brought to you by Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
Now we're going to help you get to know today's opposing team.
Today's opposing team, the UCLA Bruins, and take some getting to know them because they've made some major changes as the season has gone on. And for a minute, they were like a Lifetime movie there, carrying coaches off the field, and they turned everything around. But as you said, Sean, earlier, it came back down to earth a little bit. But Tim Skipper came in as the interim head coach after Deshaun Foster's era clearly wasn't taken off, and Jerry Neuheisel's come in as the offensive coordinator, and it provided a spark for a little bit.
Yeah, those 3 games were kind of special for them. You remember Jerry Neuheisel getting carried off the field, getting water dumped on him, and the Bruins were feeling like everything was right.
Flowing in
the
wind.
whole thing was going to change, and they had found their guy, Skipper, to run it. But like I said, came back down to earth, had to play Ohio State, Indiana, and that kind of knocked you back down to reality. Been struggling here a little bit. We talked a little bit about the offense with Nico running the show there. The defense has been a big issue for them. Trying to stop people in the run game has been a challenge for this defense. Up front, I think that's where the problem is. I see some pretty talented players at linebacker. And John Vaughn is Tyler Vaughn's brother at UCLA, has over 100 tackles on the year. Back in Andre Jordan Jr. has a ton of PBUs on the year, so they can cover a little bit. But I think really that front has struggled to create pressure, one, and stop the run.
Those houses divided must be interesting when you have a family like that. The parents went from the Vaughns went from rooting for us to rooting for them probably, and ultimately you'll do anything for your kids, I guess. But Sua, how have they changed offensively with Neuheisel at the helm? He was getting a lot of praise initially when he came in.
I think they got Nico a little bit more involved in the run game. I think they just started using his legs and stopped trying to do too much and just taking what the defense gives you. And they also started running the ball a little bit better and taking pressure off the quarterback. But overall, this offense is just going to go as well as Nico goes. If you're getting pressure after him, he likes to force the ball. He likes to not slide. He's a Jackson Dart type in that way where he likes to lower his shoulder, and there's opportunities to get turnovers.
Cody, how about offensive skill for UCLA outside of Nico? Anyone stand out to you?
Yeah, wide receiver Quasi Gilmore, that's their go-to guy. He leads the team in receptions, reception yards, and touchdowns. He's a good football player. That's who Nico wants to get the football to if he's playing today. And then the backfield, their running back Berger. They've had some injuries back there, but he's that 1-2 punch along with Nico when it comes to the run game. But, yeah, you got to get pressure on them. They don't give up a ton of sacks. They've been decent at handling some pressure and some blitz looks, but this is a game for USC to get pressure on Nico. But, again, you've got to be disciplined in your rush lanes, and you got to be disciplined if you have a quarterback spy. We can't let this be a game where Nico hurts us with his legs.
Guys, where's this program going? We were sort of talking about it before we came on air. It has been tough times for most of the century for UCLA football, and right now they obviously have a vacancy. They'll make a change, but they're talking about changing their stadium. Where does UCLA football go from here?
Yeah, it's an interesting time for them. Martin Jarman, their GM, has been, or athletic director, has been, made some decisions that maybe have come back to bite him. Deshaun Foster was a hire that he kind of put his name on, and it didn't really work out. Deshaun Foster is a super talented player, had a great career at UCLA, had a great career in the NFL, just didn't work out as there in a coach, so had to turn the page on that in the middle of the season. Anytime you have a middle of the season head coaching change, it's always going to be rough on the squad. So a lot of searching's got to be done during this offseason. They got some stadium questions. A lot of moving parts with UCLA football right now.
I'll say this too: this might be the most important hire in their program history, because if you miss again with this next hire, you're going to set this program back at least 5 years. Now, I wouldn't mind if they missed on that hire, but with that being said, in this era with recruiting and NIL and all that, you have to get a guy that donors and everyone else is going to believe in, because if you miss again, you're going to be in trouble.
It is kind of better when they're better. I mean, it's one of the things. Every time
the Trojan
you don't want them to win, but at the same time, it's kind of like,
I hear
this is such a special day, and I don't think we'll get a lot of UCLA fans here because they're 3-8 and they don't want to come and watch their team anymore this season. But this rivalry is certainly better when both teams are good coming into it. All right, it's also Senior Day today. Let's get into that next in the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It doesn't just have great bones. It was the backbone of your community. So you breathe in new life, grinding away to make space for tomorrow, for your people. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you're always willing to double down on your neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Coach Lincoln Riley. I'm encouraging you to customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today. Show your Trojan pride with every purchase. You live like a Trojan, so why not pay like one too? Go to wellsfargo.com/Trojans to get in the game. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of USC Athletics and Trojans everywhere. Wells Fargo, helping you to pay like a true Trojan. Bite on.
Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI, getting you ready for USC UCLA with Sean Cody, Sue Cravens, and Cody Kessler. I am Jordan Moore, and it's time for this week's Cardinal and Gold Report.
It's time for the Cardinal and Gold Report.
Cardinal and Gold Report.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
Today is Senior Day. They'll set up the senior tunnel, and the Trojan Football Alumni Club will line up to welcome the seniors onto the field. And I think they're going to throw the seniors' names on here, but I wanted you guys to each pick out one to shout out here. So why don't you start, Sean?
I'm going to go with Eric Gentry. You see him right there, number 18, linebacker, 71 tackles on the year, kind of the emotional and kind of the leader on this defense. When this defense is playing its best ball, 18 is out there making plays, creating action. A good captain on this team who's done a great job transferring over from Arizona State, I believe, right?
Yep.
Arizona State. Been here a couple of years now and just done a great job leading that defense and being, like I said, the emotional kind of pulse of where this team's at.
Sue?
I didn't say Bishop's name up there.
I think he's up there. I think maybe it was on the second list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
I believe Bishop is running out today.
And I don't think he's gonna play today, but he's been very impactful. You know, at a point was leading the Big Ten with interceptions, a bunch of timely turnovers that he made a name quick within the first 2 weeks of the season, and he's going to be a guy that I think left a lasting impression for the next DB to fill his shoes.
Yeah, I didn't see him on the list either, but I'm going with Lake McCree. He's a redshirt senior. Yeah, he's a good football player.
Who made that list? We're going to check
I know. I'm like, come on,
was on there. It was two slides.
Yeah, but no, he's a good football player, man. He's been here since 2021.
Yeah, I mean, Lake's here from the Helton era.
Yeah, in this program, he's seen two different coaching regimes, and last year too, he was off to a great start. Had that injury, came back, wasn't quite the same, but really was disciplined this offseason. Got back to playing good football this year. I'm excited about his future. I think he's going to be a good player in the NFL if he gets a good opportunity. But yeah, I'm excited to see him go out there today. Hopefully a touchdown. It reminds me of when I played the last game with Randall Telfer here in the Coliseum.
Just a guy
that, he had injury after injury, and then he caught the last touchdown to really break the record against Notre Dame. I made sure I had to get him one, so hopefully Lake can do the same thing today. Yeah,
he dunked me out my freshman year.
Telfer's good. If it wasn't for injury, shout out Randall. He was a good football player, man. He had a bigger impact.
All right, so some of these guys are headed to the NFL, which leads me to a game I've created for you, Sean. Now, you have these guys who are going to back you up, but Sean gets the first guess. This is called Who He Played For, which TNT Inside the NBA invented this game. So we're just going to put somebody up on the screen, Sean. All you have to do is tell us what team that they play for in the NFL. You got this, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's see our first person. Who is it? Christian Roland Wallace, Sean. Who's he play for?
I got it.
Cody, pass.
Cody? He's on the Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
There you go.
That was an easy one, Sean.
Yeah.
How about the next? Who's the next person?
Sua.
Brandon Peely.
I think he plays for the Dolphins.
Is that right, guys?
I don't know. I'm not sure on this one.
Sua?
I'm going. Yes. Yes. Phone a friend. I'm going with it.
Both incorrect. I believe he plays for the Seattle Seahawks.
He was with the Dolphins, though.
All right, next one on the board. Jared Kingston. Ooh. I'm sure you know this one, Sean.
Zoom in on Sua this one.
Yeah, Sua's up. You're up. I don't know this one.
I'm Sua?
Up? Yeah.
Don't you get paid to watch NFL football?
Green Bay.
Now you're just naming teams.
Looks like a good Green Bay guy, though. What you said.
I believe it's Sean Cody's Houston Texans.
Oh, okay. Is he a starter? Is he a starter right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who's the next?
I hope not.
Who's
Their
next on the
O-line is
board?
awful.
Shuma Doga.
Dolphins again.
Jets. Just keep guessing the Dolphins. He used to play for the Jets. That's good.
Jackson used to was a Dolphin.
Cardinals.
Now you're just all naming teams. What do we got for Chuma? Where are you at, Chuma?
Damn.
Ooh, that's the Jacksonville Jaguars logo. Almost. Who's next? Jay Tufele. You love Jay Tufele.
He's making some plays. I know where he's at. I've seen him play this year.
Yes. Dang. Any idea who he played for? No. Who does Jay play for? I believe he plays for the Jets. Oh, so close. One more. This is an easy one. Last one. Mekhi Blackman. Guy makes a play every week.
Colts.
Oh, Sua's decided to enter the game.
He does play for the Colts.
He does play for the Colts.
Yeah.
Started with the Vikings.
Hey, this just turned into let's shout out Trojans instead of us guessing where they're at.
Absolutely. I think that was 100%
I believe
Sean.
That's who DTR jumped over. I'm telling you.
We got everyone right?
Maybe you'll be better at this game, Sean. Let's play Name That Trojan. Another game. Let's play Name That Trojan. Roll the intro.
Ontario International Airport, a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans, is thrilled to bring you that moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to Name That
Trojan. I think you've all found success at different times in this game this season. So
I feel like I've won this a lot.
Let's just say all the
he
chips
asked
are
questions
in.
about guys you played with.
Let's
like 90%
say all
of the time.
chips are in, and the winner take all from this one. Let's see our first clue. Look, Sua staring in intently. He had 124 yards against UCLA in the 50-0 game.
120. Okay, that's obviously on purpose, not rushing or passing. All right.
Cody just likes to analyze my brain.
Curtis McNair.
Curtis what?
Curtis McNeil.
There it is.
Bam!
No,
bam!
No, he missed it.
Bam! Bam!
Curtis McNeil is correct.
Hey, come on, man. Shout out Moody.
Shout out Moody.
Come on, man.
Very good. Very good.
He gets
Sua.
the point even though he messed up the name?
You knew who I was talking about.
Sure.
That was a good one.
Alex Trebek.
I was at that game.
I don't think I could have got that.
I was at that game.
I was at that game, too.
Right there, over there by the Wells Fargo logo on the corner.
Too. I was at that game. 50-0 on that scoreboard. That looked real nice. All right, they want us to take a break, and I can't imagine why. This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that
actually tastes good? I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me? Do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
I'll 7.
I'm good.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. All those fans are in the sun. They're hiding their eyes from the sun, but we're in the shade. It's gotten a little chilly here. It is November. It's almost December up here. Sean's got the jacket on. No more Hawaiian shirt night for you, Sean?
Yeah, it's a little nipply out here. You guys don't want to catch a little action in this shirt. You don't have too much in there.
Alrighty then. Let's head to the head coach, Lincoln Riley, with Keely Orr.
This is your prescription to win, brought to you by USC Pharmacy.
Proud partner of USC Athletics.
USC Pharmacy is operated by the USC Man School.
Learn more at pharmacies.usc.edu.
Coach, it's UCLA versus USC in the Coliseum. Now heading into your fourth matchup, what have you grown to appreciate about this rivalry?
Yeah, it's so unique. I've had a chance to be a part of some pretty fun rivalries through the years, and this one is just really special. There's not really anything I can compare it to. Obviously the proximity of teams, the history behind the matchup, playing it in the two great venues that we get a chance to play this game in, and yeah, there's just something about walking through whatever tunnel it is down there, and you see those two iconic uniforms, both in the home jerseys and all the different connections on the field. It's just it's a special rivalry. It is. It's been a fun, really competitive rivalry, and it's good to be back home and have a chance to get this one.
You've spoken about how this team is learning to win and how this program is building that culture. Specifically this week, you talked about paving the road. How have you seen that show up this week when maybe from the outside people might think, oh, it's hard to motivate your team after a tough emotional loss, but how have they attacked it in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think you really rely on your leadership to carry your message no matter what it is during that time. And I think the best teams have that. And so, yeah, I mean, if all these things that we say that we've been building and that the team has said is important to the team are true, then that should show up. And you when you get into the beginning of the season or when you get started, you're working to develop something that has nothing to do with the results, right? Like it's all about just how we play, how we care for one another, how we compete, the true standard, like a standard that's unconditional. And so, yeah, when you get here to the end of the year, I mean, that's what's important, right? Is you gotta continue to work, you gotta continue to push, you gotta continue to appreciate the opportunities. And like the reality is we've had a really good year. We got a chance to close it on a high note here against our rival right here in the Coliseum, senior day. I mean, like this is an important game, and our guys have prepared hard and we need to go out there and play well.
In that sense, what have you seen from UCLA's offense?
Yeah, they're a good group. I mean, obviously the quarterback really makes them go, and his legs, really the games that they've played well really show up. He's a threat, obviously, to run the ball. He's had a lot of explosive runs to be able to create and scramble type situations, and then they do a nice job schematically. They do some things that really challenge you. They've got some skilled players that can make some big plays in space, and so. We got to do a really good job, trying to make them as one-dimensional as we can. And then the way our ability to defend the scrambles and the QB run game will be very, very important.
Once again, your offense is going against a formidable passing defense. How best do you attack it on Saturday?
Yeah, we've gotten used to it. We've played a bunch of good defenses here as of late. And so now they've done a really nice job, especially considering they had a coordinator change, early in the season and give them a lot of credit. It looks like their players have handled it well. They've played some really good games defensively. They're talented in the back end. They're really, really big up front. They've done a good job being able to limit people's run game. And they do a good job of showing the quarterback a lot of different looks. So, yeah, we'll need to be really, really sharp. We'll need to be able to make competitive plays and protect the quarterback going against a group that's proven to be very successful.
Alrighty, Coach. Thanks for your time and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you, Keely.
Oh, I guess they're not hearing me say this, but what I'm saying now is that it's time for Keely Orr's High Noon Game Day report. There she is. Oh,
hello.
Camera down. There she is. Hi, Keely.
Hi.
Sorry, they were giving you a little too much headroom there.
All good.
Had to bring it down.
So
what's the news from the sideline?
Multiple updates. Nico is dressed and going through warm-ups right now, so that is interesting to see. Now, we had our media Zoom with Coach Riley yesterday morning, and he gave us some injury updates more long-term. He said that Elijah Page actually underwent a procedure this week, so he is out for the rest of the year. Same with Killian O'Connor. Killian did not get a procedure yet, but he is slated to. You can actually see Elijah out here with crutches, so both of those guys are not ready to go. And more news for the offensive line. Alani Noah was listed as questionable. Now, I did see him warm up. He had cleats on, but he didn't have the pads and knee brace situation that a lot of the O-line guys have. I know when we talked about Elijah Page multiple times throughout this year, I said, it's iffy whether or not he'll play because of that. So that's my warning there with Alani Noah. And just something to note, too, as well, with Killian being down, Kalon Miller was actually taking backup center snaps. So, and I'm assuming he's going to play given Alani's health question mark. So we'll see how that goes. And then Kamari Ramsey is also listed as questionable. He was in cleats and pads, but he did do that last week against Oregon and ultimately did not play. They have not come out yet fully, so I cannot give an answer there. And then Wayman Jordan was actually dressed out in pads and cleats. I cannot see right now. Maybe producer Jira can jump in my ear and tell me if Wayman is over by the goalpost, but he's also listed as questionable. So some TBDs right now.
Yeah, I said 8 starting lineup combinations for the offensive line this season. Noah's the one guy, I believe, that's played in all 11 games, so hopefully he's all right. I guess Micah Benuelos would slot in if Noah can't go. But we've clearly gotten to the end of a Big Ten year, guys, and I think that again, this is maybe part of it. The more physical the football you play, the more that the injuries maybe pile up by the end of the season.
Yeah, this seems like a little bit more than that, I think. Sometimes you might lose one, maybe 2 guys. The way this team has lost offensive linemen, pretty staggering. So hopefully those guys can get back and get going. But anytime you lose more than, like I said, you usually have a tackle that can rotate, an inside guy that can rotate. But you start losing 3-4 guys, that's kind of unheard of to try to patch together an offensive line.
Yeah, at the end of the year, it comes down to 2 things: who gets hot at the right time and who's the healthiest.
Yeah.
And right now, obviously, USC is not quite healthy as they need to be to go compete at the next level.
And don't question any of these guys' toughness. Killian O'Connor, Elijah Page, 2 examples of it. They're both having procedures, I guess the verb of choice or the term of choice for it. But these are guys that just went out there and tried to play through it this season, knowing that they obviously were not right. Producer Gia says Wayman Jordan is warming up. I didn't think he was expected to play today, but who knows? Maybe we'll see Waymo's return to the Coliseum here today. We just have one more segment to come on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concerts. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Whose hand is that?
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
Final segment of the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI with Sean, Cody, Sue Cravens, and Cody Kessler. I am Jordan Moore. That was Wayman Jordan in full uniform and helmet, the whole deal, talking to two guys that definitely will not be playing today. Elijah Page and
I don't know if that's a good sign.
I don't know if that's a good sign
the same
either.
thing.
I think it's more like, hey, where are we hanging on the sideline? I don't know. We'll see if Waymo stays suited up for this one, but a good sign, I guess, at least, that he's in the mix warming up. Nobody in the mix to win it this year in the Old Dominion Best of the Game picks besides the great Sue Daddy and myself.
Wait a second. I'm just getting an update.
Wait a minute.
I'm getting an update.
Technically, are you still in it, Cody?
There's 2 games left.
I guess technically you're still in it.
Hey, wait a minute now.
I just
Don't
realized,
call it a comeback.
I just realized when they played that best of Real Sue that you and I tied last year for the title.
Yeah,
so, some
greatness.
People,
hey, greatness. Excuse me.
Some people just have it and some don't.
Yes.
Cody kind of stole my pick today, and that's what I'm worried about. But let's get to this week's Old Dominion Best in the Game picks.
The best in the game
is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line,
official freight carrier of USC Athletics,
helping the world keep promises.
All right, Keely, let's get back to you. You got on the board this year, so you technically are still in it as well, right?
Okay.
You can win the next 2?
I just want to know, how much did Sue pay you to say Sue Daddy? That was just...
That's my guy.
That was gross,
goodness.
right?
Daddy.
That was so gross.
My guy.
Thank you.
Why didn't you say Willie's shirt was cute when he was standing next to you?
So,
Willie's,
didn't I?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
Willie's on the Sadiq workout plan, man. Willie, he did the Sadiq before Sadiq.
Him and Aaron Donald are
Yeah.
on the same regiment.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Keely got a pick?
Yes, I do. Surprisingly, I haven't picked King Miller all season, so he is my pick tonight.
Surprise to you because you had no idea. Go ahead.
Yes, that's true. That's all I had, Jordan. Actually, no,
King Miller.
I have one more thing. If anyone was
Yes.
wondering what Tyler Vaughn's allegiance is, since his brother
I
is
know
linebacker.
Tyler. He better be rooting
John
for us, right?
Vaughn's. Oh, I asked him, and he's wearing his USC jersey. He said,
Oh,
"Don't
of
you
course.
worry about
Yeah.
me."
Oh,
So,
I thought maybe
yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Vaughn's are torn. TV is clear cardinal and gold, I would hope.
There you
Cody,
go.
what do you got, man?
I'm going. Apparently, I stole Jordan's
You
pick.
did,
I don't know
man.
how
You
we're
got my
stealing
pick.
picks here, but I'm going with Jacoby Lane. I need a big day from him. I've been sitting on Mekhi Lemon, Jacoby Lane. I've been waiting on those picks. Mekhi would have been close last week with Tanuk, but he did have 3 touchdowns. But this week, I need Jacoby Lane to come in clutch. Don't count me out just yet. Look at the jersey. We got support in the stands. We need him to make some big-time plays. I need 2 one-handers today. Let's let him throw a touchdown. Why not, right? We've let Mekhi throw a couple this year and get some opportunities. Let's let Jacoby throw a touchdown as well.
Yeah, I was sitting on Jacoby at the end of the season here.
Yeah.
That was going to be my topper to move on from Sua, create a little separation.
That's what you're picking next week.
I needed
Or-
Jacoby to
or
play
for
in
the
the bowl
bowl
game.
game. For the
I
bowl
need to
game.
maybe talk to
Oh,
Jacoby, make sure he's suited up for that bowl game. That is no guarantee this day and age. So I might have overplayed my hand there. Sua, go ahead.
No, Cody's right. I agree. Let's get Jacoby to throw a touchdown to Tanuk, just like Mekhi did last week. And I feel like today might be a blowout. I feel like today might be a day where some guys make business decisions and say, hey, I'm about to make like 10 M's in like 4 months. I'm not getting hurt out here. First quarter, we're up 21. Hamstrings feeling tight, Coach. I wouldn't be surprised if Tanuk just happened to be the number 1 receiver in the second half and goes off for like 10 catches, 1 something, 2 tugs.
Sean?
Hey, you got this, buddy.
I haven't won this week, but this just in. The producer's in my Gia's in my headset here, guys. This one goes for 3 points here. This one counts for 3 points, and I got Mekhi Lemon this week. So
now
chalk me down for 3 points, big dog.
You managed to pick Hank Pepper this season before you picked Mekhi Lemon in the Best in the Game draft.
Really playing this game well, guys. This year, I really played it well. I like it. My strategies worked.
I think you won the first year that we did it. So, once you've worn the belt, it's old hat.
Yeah. I'll let you guys win now.
All right, as I said, the goal was to get to Jacoby Lane. I'm still sitting on that. I got my pocket aces for the bowl game. But what do I got here today? I had the one offensive player I haven't used yet.
You don't even know who you picked. You don't even know. It doesn't count. It doesn't even know.
He was buying time.
Producer Gia picked that.
Buying time to see the name.
Reveal.
The game on the line. The last
care.
game
That's
of the
not
year.
what
He doesn't even know who he picked.
We're calling zone. He's got man eyes. It's all over the place.
There he is.
Hey,
Stretch
also,
it out, big fella.
Can we go back to that real quick? quick. Jordan said I stole his pick, but you made the rules of texting exactly at 5 p.m.
I wasn't accusing you of anything.
And
I was simply stating that
hey,
that
you
was
had the
my
same opportunity
plan,
I did.
and you got there early. You know, I was in Hawaii time this week. I didn't even know how to get the picks in.
Had I been in the group chat I was left out of, I might have reminded you.
You were in that group chat. You were in this group chat. A lot of group chats out there, Sue.
Yeah.
You're good.
Not in all of them.
You don't need to be in all of them.
Yeah.
Brian Jackson getting loose. So by your logic, maybe my Brian Jackson pick is fantastic because he's ready to have a big day.
Waymo's back, so Waymo might.
Is he back?
He was talking to 2 guys in street clothes. It's not a good sign.
Sewer logic.
All right, guys. USC, UCLA, man. Any big memories from your past?
Oh, the first time playing them, we beat them here in the Coliseum my freshman year. Shutout. It was probably set up the Trojan winning ways there. Had a couple sacks in that one. Put my name on the board and took off from there. So great game for the old 8-4 on the field.
Our last game ever in the Coliseum together. We beat UCLA to win the Pac-12 South and then go to the Pac-12 championship. So, yeah, great one there.
Yep, we stomped them that day.
Making some more memories here today. A chance for the Trojans to finish it off at 9-3. A great improvement and then move on to a quality bowl game, which we'll find out about soon. But nothing matters now but the city. USC, UCLA, the Crosstown Showdown is next on the USC Trojans Media Network.
Hey everybody, it's Anthony Lucas. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game. Fight on.
Hey Trojan fans, it's Anthony Beavers here. Welcome to the Coliseum and enjoy the game. Fight on.
What's up, Trojan family? It's EG here. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game. Fight on.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Killian O'Connor. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game. Fight on.
Hey Trojan fam, it's Kamari Ramsey. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game. Fight on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the United Airlines field at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for today's matchup featuring the visiting UCLA Bruins and the home team, your University of Southern California Trojans, home of 138 national championships. We hope you enjoy the entire game day experience this afternoon, and we do remind you to please follow the Trojan Spirit Code by showing respect for all fans in attendance. Thank you and fight on. USC has assigned a high priority to assuring all athletic events are conducted in a safe and enjoyable atmosphere. In compliance with the Trojan Spirit Code, please respect all fans in attendance. For immediate assistance during the game, please speak with the closest usher or security personnel. To report any incidents of fan misconduct, please call the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Fan Behavior Hotline. That number is 213-263-4007. Or you can text Coliseum with your seat location and a description of the situation to 213-263-4007. Again, that number, 213-263-4007. We do thank you for your cooperation and hope you enjoy the game. Fans, be sure to sign in to the USC Network Fight On for faster service. Fans, snap a selfie and tag it with hashtag USC Selfie, and you just might see yourself up on the video board during today's game. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at USC_athletics.
Mimi, green and gold. It should be over there.
And now let's take it down to our DJ booth as it's time to feed the beast with Monster Energy and DJ Molsky.
What's up, family? What's up, Trojan family? Who's ready to get this win today? If you're ready, let me hear some noise right now. That's right. I'm your friendly neighborhood DJ Molsky, here to let everybody know it's time to beat the Bruins. That's right. I'm right here in my Monster Energy drink DJ booth, and I'm gonna keep you light, keep you right all night, all right? We need you loud and proud all game long. Listen, we need you on this one. We need you loud. What section is gonna be the loud section tonight? Let me hear you, let me hear you. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. All night long, all night strong. We need you loud. All right, let's get to it. Now, start it off with this. Scan the QR code and join the selfie cam, and you just might find yourself right here on this board. All right, real Trojan family out there, let me hear you. Here we go. Yeah, we are
Were they fine coming down here?
You like that? Those fours are 3 down. Again. Beat the bullets again. Beat the bullets again. You like it?
Hour here with head coach Lincoln Riley. Coach, I know your team wants a strong finish to the regular season. How do you do that tonight?
Well, it's a great night in the Coliseum. We know the importance of this rivalry to LA, to the history of USC football. This should be an awesome night. Our guys are ready to play. It's going to be a great atmosphere here. Can't wait.
It's the final game of the Coliseum for 2025. How does the Trojan family make this one special?
Well, they've been great all year. You know, we've been able to be undefeated. We've had some great wins, some great moments in here, and tonight needs to be another one.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks. Fight on.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we recognize the 2025 USC football senior class. Joining us in the Heritage Tunnel is the Trojan Football Alumni Club, USC Athletic Director Jen Cohen, and USC head coach Lincoln Riley. Playing in their final home game at the Coliseum today are our seniors. Number 15, Anthony Beavers Jr. Number 86, Asante Das. Number 9, Jay Fair. Number 26, Dylan Jebbia. Number 18, Eric Gentry. Number 2, DJ Harvey. Number 80, Sam Johnson. Number 6, Anthony Lucas. Number 29, Garrison Madden. Number 57, Roman Marchetti. Number 47, Devin McDonough. Number 46, Corey Nurhus. Number 58, Cash Amos. Number 94, Kobe Pepe. Number 31, Hank Pepper. Number 39, Garrett Pomerantz. Number 51, Ryan Quintanar. Number 7, Kamari Ramsey. Number 50, J-Henri Reed. Number 15, Jaden Richardson. Number 28, Gage Roy.
Where's your mom?
Number 36, Ray Sanchez. Number 1, Eli Sanders. Number 45, Brandon Shepard. Number 9, Keyshawn Silver. Number 24, Carson Tabarachi. Number 8, Devin Tompkins. Number 44, Josiah Zamora. Number 67, Killian O'Connor. Fans, let's hear it one more time for all of our 2025 Trojan football senior class.
Hey!
And now, presenting the solid gold sound of the UCLA Bruin Marching Band. Under the field command of drum majors Noah Arst, Isaiah Barrera, Emma Crawford, and Rhea Iyer. Feature twirler Olivia Pacheco. Color guard 1996, George and Ira Gershwin presented UCLA with a new school song based on one of their biggest hits and retitled it Strike Up the Band for UCLA. The solid gold sound of the UCLA Bruin Marching Band.
Members of the Trojan family, presenting the Spirit of Troy, the University of Southern California Trojan Marching Band. Band, take the field. with drum major Zach Eggleton, twirler Michelle Johnson, and the SC Silks. To honor our great nation and those serving in the armed forces, will you please rise and remove your caps for the presentation of the colors by the University of Southern California ROTC Color Guards. Joining the color guard on the field is a representative of the SoCal Pipe Trade, CPMCA, and IBEW NECA of LA County, proud supporters of USC athletics and our military veterans. Today we honor this week's Student Veteran of the Game. A 7-year Marine veteran who has served around the world, he is now pursuing a degree in intelligence and cyber operations at USC Viterbi. Please join us in welcoming Christian Romero as our Student Veteran of the Game and thanking him for his service. Please remain standing and join in singing as the Trojan Marching Band welcomes the newly appointed director of the UCLA Bruin Marching Band, Dr. Justin McManus, as he leads us in the performance of our national anthem. football's greatest battle cry, Conquest. And written by Dana Canstall, the Trojans mascot, Traveler. The Spirit of Troy, the University of Southern California Trojan Marching Band. Trojan fans, here are today's Audi keys to the game.
It's the final game in a Trojan uniform for one of their best in their recent history, defensive end Willie McGinnis.
The big guy, Mr. Intensity. He wears Junior Seau's old number 55, and he certainly does it justice.
To open this period, have one now going on their own. Barr cuts back, fumble. Ball on the ground, but I think Cal recovered. Will he run it or throw it? Barr is going to throw it. If he can, he can't. The ball is loose.
And now, please turn your attention to the tunnel and your tunnel captain for today's game. Three-time Super Bowl champion, number 55, Willie McGinnis.
Let's go, Trojan family! Now I need everybody to get out your seats. You know what time it is. All day, every day, it's Beat the Bruins. First off, let's give a shout out to all of our seniors. Show some love for the Trojan seniors. The team is coming. We're ready. You know what time it is. It's Beat the Bruins all day, every day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beat the Bruins!
They want moving on my pass out murders, pass out murders, moving on murders. Keys on my body, keys on my body, and that's on my keys. I keep with nobody. You know what this is? The facts and the bullets we kill through the party. What you listening to is that? Eliante go big, white gold leaf fall on the belly. The emerald cuff for her we need. That's on point like ASAP ready.
USC.